Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Sun coming up over Kentucky and the river. You hear the birds chirping. I'm gonna see if we can get this thing chirped off this morning. I have no idea what that means. I just went ahead and set it for whatever reason. It's gonna be a good day though. We're gonna go get a machine picked up. We're gonna do a small job. We're gonna give an in-cab walkthrough of that machine. If you've been with the channel, you know exactly what we're talking about. We're just gonna have a good old time. First things first, see if this little thing fires up this morning. I knew it was gonna be a good day. It is gonna be a good day. I forgot to mention, I do have a minor repair I have to do on that trailer. Tore something up the other day. I know, hard to believe. Pure laziness, if I'm being honest, pure laziness. We'll get that fixed up, we'll get going. So we're up at the property, up at the barn. We're gonna pick up the Hyundai HX85A here in just a minute on this trailer, obviously. But the other day, I had a little boo-boo. I was hooking the trailer up, see that there? Basically, it was hanging down here, and I backed the truck into it. Got stuck between there and the trailer. And like I said, that's just pure laziness. I should have got out and checked before I backed all the way into it, but that's okay. We'll get it fixed up real quick this morning. First things first, I'm going to peel this insulation back and see where most of our damage is at and what we need to do to get it done. Here's what we ended up with. You can see I kind of offset some of my connections so we don't end up with a big old knot there. We'll end up with a little bit of one, but not too bad because they're kind of offset. Everything's in line, looks really good, but before we get too heat shrink and wrap crazy, probably I'll just double check that they actually work. And then I'm going to head over to the house. And just because of the proximity of everything, I'm going to grab the actual heat gun instead of the torch. If I use a torch, I'll end up toasting those wires. Some of them in the back on accident, so we'll grab a heat gun, as long as they work. Okay. Okay, hold on. We should probably plug it in. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna really help. This step right here. We should probably do this. Yeah, that'll make a difference, I bet. Oh, big difference. 4 ways work. You could just... If you could hold that for me, thank you. Oh yeah, brake lights. Heck yeah. There's what we ended up with the wrap and everything. Looks pretty decent. A little bit of heat shrink on the end of that wrap just kind of holds it in place so it doesn't work its way up and down the line. I'd like to come up with some really cool reason of why I didn't go these last 6 inches, but you know, I mismeasured. That's about the only reason I have. Either way, it'll get the job done, which is what matters. Ooh, gotta turn that AC off. It's cold. You know, I almost threw a camera on the trailer on the way down the hill in case anything crazy happened. I didn't expect anything crazy to happen though, so I didn't do it. In case you can't see the problem, has something to do with that. Looks like we're gonna do a trailer change. Look on the plus side here, you guys get 2 starts. And sure, we're gonna be chaining down again, but speed binders on this one, we're doing take 2 in luxury. You know what I mean? Okay, that's about as good as I can get. It's still pretty soft in that shoulder and I don't feel like getting hung up today. We're off the line and we got these fancy things. Oh, still kind of learning what all these buttons do. That's the horn, in case you didn't notice. That one does the horn. Here is the project of the day. It's just a driveway. It's just access to some horse pasture up there. But we're going to try to reestablish this ditch right here. There's an old steel culvert right here we got to get opened up. See that? And I've got to figure out somewhere it comes out over there and I can't find it. So I got to find that. We're going to kind of redirect this just a little bit too. Maybe a water bar. Nothing too crazy. So project number 1 is going to be figuring out where the heck this culvert comes out at. Quite see it. Guess what I could do is just follow it. So there was not fiber optic here when we first did this job. It's been added. We thought it just crossed down there, but after talking to the homeowner, we realized that it now runs all the way up the side of the driveway and up that ditch somewhere. And we're gonna be pretty deep in that ditch because I want to drop that culvert down to get it at a reasonable depth, you know what I mean? If we don't get that culvert in the right place, everything's going to kind of revolve around that culvert. If we don't get that culvert in the right place, then none of it's going to work. So, like we said, they added fiber optics since we left. Kind of threw us for a curveball, but not that big a deal. I thought about just going around and just hoping for the best there, but yeah, no, it's gonna be. Like I told Mike, I would hate to turn a simple, easy fix like that and turn it into something expensive because we hit a fiber optic line on the last scoop of the day. Anyway, if you've never called 811, here you go.
Know what's below. Contact 811 before you dig. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are experiencing extremely long hold times. You have reached the 811 center for Indiana and Kentucky. If this is an emergency and you are attempting to call 911, please hang up and call 911.
It's good advice.
If you are digging in Indiana, please press 1.
We are.
If you are digging in Kentucky, please press. Thank you for calling Indiana 811.
You're welcome.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are experiencing extremely long hold times. Want an easy, fast way to submit your 811 request? Please visit Indiana811.org. That we will need to know the county of the proposed dig site. In addition, should you be planning to hire a contractor to perform the work, you must be able to provide the phone number, name, and address of the contractor who will be doing the digging.
May I have the contractor ID number or the company phone number?
Yeah, the company phone number is going to be...
Will you be white lining where you plan to dig?
No, it's just going to be along the entire driveway.
All right, and how long will it take to complete the job?
A day.
And at the deepest, how many feet will you be digging?
3 feet.
And what kind of work are you doing?
We're just cleaning out the ditches along the side of a driveway.
All right, state law requires you give the utilities 2 full working days to mark the property. Proper notice is March 31st at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Your ticket will expire on April 18th. If the digging will not be completed by that date, please call back by April 14th to update your ticket, or sooner if the markings are no longer visible or the work location has changed. May I have the county and township that you'll be digging in? Please notify non-member utilities directly. And is there anything that you'd like to add or change before I release your ticket?
No, if you can just add, our number one concern is the fiber optic line. There's a culvert, and we got to dig around that culvert primarily. If they could just pay extra attention around that culvert where that fiber optic line's at, please.
Okay, so request extra attention to the fiber line around the culvert?
Yep, that'll work. They'll know that.
All right, and then I have a ticket number for you whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for calling, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
There you go. It's pretty easy. The biggest things you have to know, you can call as a homeowner or contractor. The biggest thing you have to know if you're calling as a homeowner and you're having a contractor do the work is you have to have the contractor's either ID number or telephone number. Telephone number is easiest, and you have to know the closest intersecting street. Even if it's 5 miles away, they still want to know the closest intersecting street for whatever reason. But yeah, easy as that. So we're gonna go do something else until those show up. I don't know what. A lot has happened since I talked to you guys last. We're gonna be back in this today, but obviously we're at a different location. Let me get this thing unchained. Let me get in the cab because it's pretty chilly today. I'll get you caught up to speed of exactly what's going on. Get the whole thing all tied together. You know how that goes. And we'll get to work. All right, so here's what happened. You guys saw fiber optic was added since we had looked at that job. So we decided to play the safe bet, which is normally ends up being the cheaper bet in the long run. Decided to play the safe bet. Oh, sorry about that, bud. And call in locates just to make sure that fiber optic's not going to be a problem around that culvert, because I plan on going pretty deep around that culvert. Well, when I say deep, I mean deep enough to hit a fiber optic line. Like I said, we are still in the Hyundai today though. I gotta figure out how to get in this thing real quick. Matt said the double gates. That looks like a double gate. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. And there's a power pole over there, and we were going way up on the hill. You guys see Mike running up there? And we already had locates here for this job. We planned on being here later this week anyway. We're just here early, I guess, now. What do we got there? We're coming off this pole. This is Matt put this orange line on the ground for me. Yeah, and then we're going up there. We got to cross this fence, water meter. Water just comes off the main. We got to trench that in at some point too, but it stops right there. Okay. Question is, can I reach that from inside the fence? Boy, a fellow would hope so. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Empty pole. Alright. He can take that somewhere if he so chooses. The 140, the trenching bucket, is definitely the faster trenching option. And it's probably what we'll use when we get to the water line portion of this. But for the time being, since Mike's using the 140 to dig that basement up there, you know, we'll just use this Hyundai. Blade down right there. Now here's how we're going to do this. Instead of just giving you a big walkthrough, I'm just going to point some things out as we go here. But there is really nice glass there because we're dealing with some overheads. But you got this fancy sunshade if you need it, which is kind of nice. And if you don't need it, which we don't today, you got great visibility out of that top glass. There you go. I do like that feature. There is one thing I need to check real quick here. Let's see. Rolled out like that. I was just checking. I haven't ran this machine yet as far as trenching goes. But basically, if the top of the trench is between this bucket pin and that bucket pin with the bucket in that position, we'll have the depth we need. Should be good under that fence. And now we're in the wide open. But before we do that, it is getting kind of bright, so let me go ahead and get my sunglasses out of the built-in sunglasses holder. What? We're getting ready to come across this little whoop-de-doo here. I'm throwing some dirt in so I can keep somewhat level from side to side. But the trench is going pretty good. The GoPro connectivity is not. It's not going good at all, really. We may try again later today. We'll see what happens. The Hyundais treat me really well, though, I'll tell you that. I am liking it so far. Do I need any more back here to level up? Just a little bit. That'll keep me from being all wonky whenever I cross this little ditch, and then of course it just pulls out. Just have pulled out as I go across there. Saves me a little frustration. All right, here's the deal. We're gonna time lapse again, and I'll meet you halfway up this hill at the next fence. Getting pretty close to the second fence crossing, and when I say pretty close, I mean there's the fence. So we're getting real close. So this is what we ended up with. It is definitely not to the base. You see the Volvo up there? That's where the meter base is supposed to go. That's where the pedestal's at. That is as far as we made it. Mike is actually, he's talking to the property owner now, and he's getting ready to come down and finish trenching it out. I think he's going to use the Volvo, but I'm not 100% sure. You'll probably see that on his channel. Anyway, we're headed the right direction. Now, came out underneath that fence, the other fence crossing. Tried to make the best out of it. I just had a partial day. I don't think I got here till about 10 o'clock, or actually started digging till about 10 o'clock. The whole thing, this video's just been a mess, hasn't it? This whole week's just kind of been a mess, but that's okay. Life is a mess sometimes, and we just gotta, I don't know, find the bright side or something like that. Anyway, how are we gonna finish this out? I have no idea. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I debated not even posting this video. I got done editing it, and I thought, I don't know if I even want to post this. It just doesn't have the structure that a video should have. But after a little bit of thought, and after reading through some comments on other channels that people were making about other channels, I thought, you know what? This is a good time to talk about what YouTube is actually about. And yeah, we are going to post this video. Now, I will say, for the mess of a week that we had and trying to get all this stuff done, we did have a pretty good day yesterday. A whole bunch of stuff came in. Some stuff I ordered, some stuff some guys sent in, and I want to show it, and it is awesome stuff, I'll tell you that. But here's the whole thing. It is windy, and we're gonna hop up into the interview cab so that we're not battling the wind. I will say, in one of those packages is the replacement air compressor of Dirt Perfects that I destroyed. Man, destroyed the other day. So you'll get to see that because I'm going to run it up to the shop in just a little bit. But here's my take on YouTube, just real quick. Whenever I do videos, I like those videos to have structure. I like for a project to be finished. Maybe not the entire project, but a chunk of whatever I'm working on. I want a point A and I want a point B. And if we're lucky, which doesn't it just always happen to turn out we're so lucky, there's a little bit of conflict in the middle and it kind of keeps people interested in the video. After looking at this today, we started at point A and we just went, we just for a stroll through the alphabet, didn't we? I mean, every letter, sometimes back to another letter that we never even finished. It was a mess. It was a mess. But the more I thought about it, the video was a mess because this week was a mess. So here's the deal. I can never promise you, the loyal subscriber who always hits the like button and always leaves comments and tells their friends and family about the channel, right? I can never promise you you'll have a perfectly structured video. But I can promise you you'll always have me. A mess. A manageable mess. But a mess nonetheless. That rhymed. That's neat. That's neat. Sometimes I make myself laugh too hard and then I can't finish thoughts. Here's my point. You go to Logger Wade, you're getting Logger Wade. Dirt Boss, you're getting Dirt Boss. Nuts 319, full tilt grading, man behind the scenes, Dirt Perfect, Captain Kleeman. You go to those channels, that's who you're getting. We aren't Hollywood producers. We aren't network television. We do our best to make enjoyable videos that make sense and have a good storyline and that people will enjoy. But at the end of the day, we're just sharing our life. And if our life is a mess, well, you're getting a mess of a video. It's as simple as that. I hope that makes sense. That's kind of my take on it. And that's why you got this video today. And let me show you what we got. I will tell you, just so you have some closure, the 304 with the smooth-faced ditching bucket is going back to that driveway job. Tires are showing up Tuesday for this, I believe. So you're gonna have a video of me changing out all new spank new rubber on this truck as well. That'll be coming up. And Mike did get that electric trench finished up, so utilities are starting to be ran up there, and that all worked out great. So there's your closure. Here's what came in. This I ordered. We got some new flags for the low boy, which is not down here, but I'll just throw them in here for now, let Mike know they're here. We got some new flags for the low boy. That's the air compressor. We got, okay, we got a lot of things. Hold on. I gotta get out of the shadow. Now, there was not a note with this one. No, where you going there, bud? There was not a note with this one, but this is pretty cool. It's an FDNY coffee mug from the FDNY store. They do have an online store. You can get whatever you want, which is awesome. You guys know I love coffee. It's just kind of part of my full-time career, isn't it? And there's also a commemorative patch from FDNY, so that'll go up on the patch board. That is awesome. We also got, where did it go? Right here. Now, Chelsea's a little worried about this one. So Chelsea's a little worried about this one. She said you're going to shoot your eye out with that thing, and she's probably right because there's no instructions. This is a cannon. Not only is it a cannon, guys, but this cannon, well, it actually shoots things. Okay, it came with these BBs. I can only assume, I can't assume what this is at all. There's literally no instructions. So if you guys have instructions, I'll have to look it up online. I'm sure we can figure it out, but it's literally a cannon that goes pew just like that, which is pretty cool. That is from Red Dog. Red Dog has sent us some awesome stuff before. Man, I can't thank you enough. I'm excited. I sent pictures to Jason Workslot already, and we're kind of plotting what we can tear up with this next time he comes in town. This is from Dirt Boss. Dirt Boss, you were like a day late on this thing, man. So what this is, and this is awesome, and I'm telling you right now, if Dirt Boss says it'll work, it'll work. He has a great channel, and you need to go check him out. This is just a bracket. Nope, just kidding. Goes this way, like that. Holds your electrical connector, holds both your glad hands, and we'll mount it somewhere on the trailer, somewhere tucked away, so I don't tear it up. Well, there's a line there. We'll find the perfect spot. We might be able to if they reach that far. We'll have to figure that out, but I'm very excited about that because this is gonna make my life easier. Anything that makes my life easier, I am definitely happy about. Dirt Boss, buddy, I can't thank you enough. This is awesome. Like I said, be sure to get over and check Dirt Boss out, because if he says it'll work, it'll definitely work. Guy knows what he's talking about, and he's worth watching. I promise you that. Now, let's head up to Mike's shop. Let's check out that air compressor and share a quick story. Okay, so you're actually sitting on Lieutenant Dan right now, and as she sits, or as he sits, I can tell you the frame's painted, wheels are painted, cab's painted. Looks sharp, but that's as much of a spoiler as I'm going to give you. If you pay real close attention, you'll notice there's some components behind me that need painted yet. But that's not what we're talking about. Here is Mike and Jenna, I'm sorry, replacement air compressor. This is the one that Mike had. Here is, I'm crying. Here is what's left of the first one. I'm sure there was some kind of component here, probably here. Looks like a battery went here maybe. There you go. This is a pretty cool thing. It does have one design flaw. This actually screws onto the valve stem and stays on the valve stem. That is pretty nifty. Kind of. So this was when I was loading up the Hyundai 85A for the first time. I was taking it up to the house to dig out the pond overflow. I was up here, I was already kind of in a hurry. Mike was scrambling around doing stuff down here. He came up nice enough to help me get everything chained down, brought me an extra chain. And then of course we got carried away BSing about the machine, because it's amazing. That machine is amazing. And we're both so excited about it. And what a cool opportunity for Hyundai to send that down to Mike to use. And what a cool opportunity for Mike to be nice enough to let me to try it as well. And I was blown away by the machine. One of the tires on the C8500 was low. First thing he did when he came up is we screwed this onto that tire. We hit the, is the button still on here? There it is. And the power button, and away she went. Like I said, we got carried away talking about the machine. I was like, all right, I gotta go. We looked everything over, everything looked good. If you've ever driven a truck, even if you haven't, anything you've ever driven, if you've ever had anything come apart on you, you know what a mechanical sound sounds like. You know what a low tire sounds like. You know what, I don't even know. If there's something wrong with the truck, you kind of know what those sounds are. I could not identify what this sound was. I could not identify what this sound was. I was not familiar with the sound of a plastic air compressor that was still attached to the valve stem, slamming into the ground, and it was slow. I was still pulling away 10 to 15 miles an hour. All I knew is something wasn't right. I looked at my passenger side mirror and I just see this thing appear and then disappear and then appear and then disappear as it destroyed itself into the pavement. And I couldn't stop laughing. Immediately, I mean, I felt bad, but it was hilarious. So I popped the brakes, I got on my phone, I boxered Mike, I said, hey, just turn around, come back up here. First thing he said, we forgot the compressor, didn't we? He pulls up the hill, and what he sees is me just scooping up parts and pieces and an armful of all the broken parts. I just dumped them into the back of the Ranger and said, that thing's not very durable. So, yeah, that's what happened. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was the laugh I needed after the mess of a week that it was. Yeah, it was great. I don't know. I'm not even mad it happened. I am mad. No video. Out of all the times I put cameras all over the trucks, nothing. I did not have any camera outside the truck at this point. That would have been amazing. But like I said, I did buy my replacement, so we're good to go there. I just thought you guys might enjoy that story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. What do we do with this one now? Seriously though, like we should send it in, right? We should send this in.